Inside James A. Rhodes Arena here with head coach Tom Hanna and coach. Unlucky weekend this past weekend starting MAC play, but were there some positive things that you saw, and especially could you talk about those things?
Sure, certainly a more positive day for us on Saturday. Came out a little flat on Friday night. Our serve receive wasn't as strong as it had been. We're hoping, an anomaly, and we did prove that on Saturday night. We were able to bounce back even after going down 1-0 to take the next two sets and grab a lead against Bowling Green. Unfortunately, couldn't bring it home, but I liked, again, our resiliency's kind of been a calling card for us all year, that we showed the ability to get back in there. We lost 15-12 in the fifth, and we were chasing and closed the gap a little bit on that one. So some positives there. You're just looking to narrow the highs and the lows, so to speak, and try to maybe have a better start moving forward when the whistle blows at 0-0.
Want to talk about senior Kayla Vuj, who had 17 kills on Saturday. Seeing that ball hit the court, and get those kills throughout that process, how does that help her confidence going into this upcoming weekend?
I think it's really helpful, especially as offensively she was better as the match went on. We need her point scoring. There are some times where maybe there's a few errors on her side of the attacking ledger that hurt us, because it obviously gives them a point. But if she's going to give us 4 kills, and she actually blocked the ball very well the other night as well, if she's going to give us 4 kills, sometimes, hey, that comes with 3 errors, which is unfortunate, but other times it comes with 1 error or no errors, that we have to kind of live with a little bit of the bleeding. But I think the confidence, definitely, especially as that match went on, was good for her in that match. And like you said, hopefully springs forward into this week.
Going into this week, obviously being in MAC play, going down to Ohio and being over at Kent State, just talk about what we know about the Flashes and the Bobcats this upcoming weekend.
Sure. I mean, again, I've said this a million times, it starts with us, because we're trying to be good in the serve and pass game, so we can control a lot of that on the serve side. I think there's some very good opportunities for us to get some people out of system, and like OU tries to push tempo, so if we can get them out of system, can we reduce their ability to push tempo? Can we get Kent State out of system and maybe create some better opportunities where we think we can be better defensively against their pins maybe? That certainly would be an issue, because again, we're trying to drive the bus when it comes to serving. But serve receive, I think we've got to own our ability to be a little bit more consistent there. Again, it was rough on Friday, started a little slow on Saturday and got better, and that's when we started to turn the scoreboard in our favor. So I think we're still in a phase where, as much as we know some things that they're going to do and how we're going to combat that, we've got to own our side of the ledger, and our side out game has got to step up a little bit. We took a few steps back there on our first swing side out last weekend.
And then lastly, I just want to talk about this past weekend. You started at home, now you got to go on the road in conference. What are kind of like the expectations for the ladies, kind of mindset-wise, to turn it around?
And it's interesting. I mean, mindset-wise, hopefully we're going to be. We've been on the road in terms of non-conference play and tournaments. It's not the same, because some of those are neutral site matches. But one of the things we do have to guard against is we actually haven't had a bus trip yet. We've been home 2 weekends or 3 weekends, and we flew 2 other weekends, so we haven't had to get on the bus and organizationally make sure we have the things that we need, and that stuff gets from point A to point B. It gets from the hotel back on the bus. It gets from the bus back in the locker room. It's simple little things like that, just because we haven't had to manage some of those details in the same format as we're going to go into this weekend. And then just knowing that you're going to go in an environment where Kent State, depending on the turnout, might be a little bit more hostile. OU's going to have their band there, and they always have a good crowd. So just the environment's going to be amped up a little bit, and we can combat that by just being us, hopefully.
Coach, appreciate your time, and fans, don't forget you can check out the women's volleyball team all weekend long on ESPN Plus. Kent State on Friday, Ohio on Saturday. Both of those games set to have first serve at 6 p.m. For the Zips Digital Network and Chad Welker, go Zips.